Hola, ¿cómo están, my compañeros? Here we are. They have finally formed the committee that's going to look at what transpired on January 6th, days prior and days after. I just wanted to make one point very clear. Usually in the United States Army, you handle things, and in the military, Department of Defense, you handle things at the lowest level. She goes on to say that Vice President Pence is the individual that was able to give the overriding order to help clear the Capitol. He did so. He could have done so at any point in time. So if they're standing next to him, they need to stand next to President Trump. I mean to say President Donald J. Trump. And I'm also meaning to add that Nancy Pelosi is the one that wears the mace on her chest at all times. She's always the one that tries to tout the mace, which is the symbol of power of the House of Representatives, which is obviously in the Capitol building. This is something that
outnumbered. The world looked to the
they're laying it on thick. I'm gonna warn you.
Department of Defense to protect our government from attack. Yet DOD did not authorize the deployment of DC National Guard troops to the Capitol until nearly 4 hours after local officials first pled for help.
That's not true.
Even though we were under full-scale assault, DOD hesitated until Vice President Pence, not President Trump, gave the order to, quote,
You see how that is? That's when in the U.S. Army or at the VA, they have a pictures of the chain of command, and they'll show the Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense, Sergeant Major of the Army, and they'll show the Vice President and the President. And that's called the chain of command. The fact that she's trying to put the onus on President Trump whenever it was obviously Vice President Pence that was executing the overall command of the situation. And why would that be outlandish at all? He's second in command. Why, if it's not, it was a peaceful protest. I'm sure you can handle it. I'm sure you can handle it, Vice President.
Assault. DOD hesitated until Vice President Pence, not President Trump, gave the order to, quote, clear the Capitol.
They stand with Vice President Pence, as has been shown when they give him that coin after he puts the death nail in the coffin of the election of the second term of one of the best presidents of the United States. Meaning to say that Vice President Pence was well within the machinery and could have stopped it at any time. And I've also heard rumors that the National Guard was turned down. There were previous requests to intervene or something along these lines. But definitely don't swallow this this story. You might have a heart attack from cholesterol.
Until Vice President Pence, not President Trump,
lay it on thick,
gave the order to, quote, clear the Capitol, end quote.
Vice President.